What's going on, peeps? Alex here, back for you with another Starcraft 2 video, and today for you guys I am reviewing a game, that I played on Ascension to Ire not too long ago. I am playing random and I got the Terran pieces, and yeah, discovering the thing about TvP matchup today is that, you know, most Terran players think that Protoss is OP, and yeah, I actually think that Protoss is OP as well. Well, I used to think that until I played Protoss myself and I'm playing random right now. But as a Terran, you really notice the difference in skill, you know, in the unit strength when you're in a game. That Protoss units are pretty good against most of your stuff, especially in the like early to mid stages of the game. Even if you let it drag on to the late game, especially against Protoss, matchups tend to get really difficult in the late game. So the first tip that I can give you against TvP is to actually not drag it out, because Protoss players tend to go Sky Toss in the late game, and as Terran, it's very hard to counter Sky Toss, especially with similar upgrades and just the same amount of army supply. You're not gonna win against a Protoss. But anyways, this is the build that I've been using on TvP, which is a basic 2-1-1. If you don't know what the 2-1-1 is, click here and then you'll see what the 2-1-1 is. But a basic 2-1-1 is 2 barracks and then 1 factory and then 1 starport. That's a 2-1-1. And the matchup that you usually use 2-1-1 in is TVZ, but I've learned that TVZ is not quite good anymore in Zerg. 2-1-1. Excuse me, 2-1-1 is not good anymore in ZVT. Okay, I'm definitely gonna use my Reaper right there. But 2-1-1 now is not as good as it used to be in Zerg, because basically Hydra and Hydra Link Bane just simply counters all of your stuff. But anyways, I've kind of implemented the same thing that I used on TVZ before into PvT, and what I got is this. So you're gonna make 2 barracks, of course, and then you're gonna get Stim and Marauders right off the bat. Marauders gonna be really useful. Of course, normally you won't get some Marauders right off the bat, because they use up a ton of minerals and a ton of gas as well if you accumulate it at the same time. Basically, instead of dropping, you get a starport and a reactor like as well. But instead of doing the reactor for, you know, medivacs and such, you're gonna get cyclones instead of you know, the early medivac push, which is not only gonna help a ton against those stalkers, but they're also gonna be good with anti-air as well. If you got, you know, your opponent, you know, if your opponent has warp prisms, having cyclones will be very useful as well, because as we all know, cyclones don't transition well in the later stages of the game. But back on the replay itself, I'm getting the reactor for my reactor cyclone, and I'm getting 2 engineering base at 5 minutes into the game. Notice he has no upgrades yet. He has no forge on the way. Yes, he was sitting on 1 barracks and a robotics facility. He's still on 2 bases. Yeah, almost is oversaturated in this in his second base. He needs this gas right now. And as you can see, my opponent is getting charge. Charge is extremely good in TvP. That's what I'll tell you. All Protoss players, you should really invest your time in getting charge. Um, if you're not gonna get it early, get it at least like maybe before 3 upgrades click in. You should have charge already. Very very extremely useful in TvP. And as you can see, I'm getting my reactor cyclone, and I already got 2 gases because it's gonna require a lot of gas, and my opponent decides to move out. Now he got his warp prism over here, and he got his observers over here, and I have a drop incoming. This is just to scout really, but I noticed that he wasn't, trying to do anything with it. But I realized that he actually was trying to attack me. But as you can see, in a little while later, the Cyclones are the best unit right now against Protoss. So I come in here. I'm attacking his base. I got this Provo facility, and I was able to kill this aggression here. It's gonna do a multi-pronged attack, but I mean I cleaned up his stalkers, and then I'm just gonna move on my units here to deal with the additional aggression that he's doing. And yeah, that's really the main problem with TvP these days, is that you actually in the early stages of the game can't do anything about zealots. Well, of course, there's things where they're cheesing and stuff, and then that's annoying. But the real problem, my point of view, in my opinion, in earnestly opinion, the zealots are really really good at this state of the game right now. So as you were able to see, if you don't kite properly, 5 zealots is gonna kill a marauder and then about 6 marines with medevac support, mind you, on better upgrades. As you can see, I have 1-1 already. I have 1-1, right? Or I do not have 1-1 yet, I think. No, I have 1-1 already because see, I have 1-1 already, and I'm getting my armory. So yeah, as you can see, zealots are very very cool, very very strong in this matchup. So get charge and get blink, of course. Get charge and get a lot of zealots to back your army up. Now I'm continuing to add production at the 8 minutes. I'm adding my 3rd, 4th, and 5th barracks and my 3rd command center. Pretty late with the production, I'd say, because I was stacking a bit of minerals, you see. But I mean, as soon as I realized that they are idle, I'm gonna add another. I believe I'm gonna add another barracks here, and I'm gonna go up to a total of like 8, give or take 8 barracks, which is a lot in TvP. And you need that kind of production in TvP, because it's not gonna end like if you're not able to end the game in like the first 15 minutes, I'd say, you will need the extra production, especially with gateways, and warp gates, mind you, coming in the later stages of the game. You need more than 5 barracks. You're not gonna be able to defeat a Protoss with just 5 gates. So I scanned and I see High Templar. I immediately got the Ghost Academy. For all of you new players out there, Ghost Academy is able to produce Ghost, and Ghost can EMP. EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse, and if you EMP a Protoss army, they will lose all of their shields, all of it. And if you're, for example, you're EMPing High Templars, or maybe even other units that have energy and shield at the same time, with Zealots and Stalkers and Adepts and everything else, when you EMP them, they lose shields. If you EMP High Templars, they lose shields and their energy. And their energy is used for Storm. Storms is very, very powerful. If I was able to land 5 Storms on this army, it would be all gone. That's how powerful it is. But Protoss needs that AoE, and I am sitting on 4 bases right now, and as you can see, I'm on, that's 8 barracks. I'm getting my 4th base on the lower left side of the map, and I'm doing this. I'm splitting off my units. I'm attacking here while I'm attacking at his main base. Now, as you can see, even though my units are they're basically trapped in there right now. But I'm doing a ton of damage, as you can see. I'm doing a ton of damage, and at this stage of the game, you can see that he has no upgrades actually. If we go to the upgrade tab, upgrade tab. What is the upgrade tab? Okay, that's the structures. Okay. Okay, nope. How do I remove this? Anyways, as you can see, he's rebuilding the forge. Now, if we go to his perspective, he's rebuilding his forge. And I am currently researching. See, I have 2-2 and an armory upgrade. I researched the +1 attack on my Cyclones. Very, very cool indeed. Right now, he's sitting on 3rd bases, but is 3 bases, but his 3rd base is kind of late. So I was able to get, you know, a really, really strong army. He sees my army right now. He has a great observer spread. That's really great for him. He sees my upgrades and stuff, and he sees this army here. I didn't actually realize this until he attacked it. He has 2 High Templars, and as you can see, he's sitting on gateway tech still. He has no Colossus, because I destroyed his Robo earlier when he was still here. But of course, he's gonna be able to kill all of my army. That was kind of a very, very painful thing to watch. He has no upgrades still. He has charge on Zealots, but that's all he has. So he's planning to attack right now. And I think I still have a pretty sizable army. And right now my army can basically take on his army. My army can take on his army, basically. And all of its truthfulness. I'm targeting down the Templars because I don't want him to storm. Without the Templars, as you can see, the Protoss army just melts. Okay. He's getting more Templar because he's realizing that he needs Storm to defeat me. Go back to my perspective, or the all perspective. I am actually planning to move out right now, and I have Ghosts already on the field. and most of the ghosts are able to EMP the High Templar. See, now they have almost to no mineral energy, I mean, um in with him. It's actually planning to attack my fort base, but I made this into a planetary, if you didn't know yet. Okay, there we go. There we go. We got back, boys. Um this is a planetary. I made it to a planetary. That's a good idea for all Terran players. Fort base should be a planetary. If your fort base is a orbital command, there's two possible acceptable ways that your fort command center or your fort base is a orbital command. One, you just flew in your main base to the fort base location, and that's why it's an orbital command. But the other reason is maybe you actually really want the mules at this point, but in all reality, you really need your fort base to be a planetary, because that would just be too greedy. So as you can see, yes, a ton of High Templar, and a lot of them have storms. So I'm actually target firing the High Templar at this point. And even though he was able to land beautiful storms on my army, he actually can't kill them all. I killed all of his units, and I'm still producing on 8 barracks. As you can see, 8 barracks is very powerful in TvP. I have 3 ghosts here. I got the ghost skin, as you can see. Damn, look at that. And I got the Marauder and Marine skins as well. So I'm currently parade pushing. I'm making a ton of Marauders, especially on upper upgrades. I'm definitely having more advantages against him, especially with my ghosts here. I'm gonna EMP most of them. There we go, EMP. No shields left. I'm gonna stim, and that's basically it for him. That's basically it. He won't be able to reinforce this anymore, and that's it. My opponent taps out, and I won. So for the summary of this game, be sure to always have superior upgrades on your opponent if possible. But if your opponent is, if your opponent is really good at maintaining his upgrades, unlike my opponent here, be aggressive and TvP. Do drops, do like liberators, do siege tanks, everything, just to keep your Protoss opponents at his side of the map. And while you're doing that, make sure you're continuing production at home, and you're further expanding your territory in your side of the map. And yeah, that's basically a way to defeat Protoss players. Get more upgrades. Be sure to counter his unit composition. And yeah, that's basically it. Keep in mind, if he gets Colossi, I would have just gone for another starport, and then produce Vikings. That's a way to counter Colossi, if you didn't know that. For new players, if you new players are having trouble with Colossi play, get Vikings, double Viking production. That would basically win you a game if you're able to utilize the Vikings properly. And yeah, the build is a basic 2-1-1. So if you haven't seen the 2-1-1 yet, click the iCard or the video in the description below. And that's really it, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a happy new year. Bye, guys. Peace.